masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Welcome to sunny Texas, guys. Circuit of the Americas setup. Should we go for it? You all know the drill by now. 5 red lights. Let's go. And that was probably one of the better starts I've ever had. I'm going to cut that corner a little bit because I'm going to get tagged. But it's all good. It's all good in the hood. On the back of Sergeant already, which is nice. However, the AI is extremely poor around Sector 1. Then, obviously, they just take off. They just run away with it. As you can see, how much time just on how much time they get away from you. Like I said, I've said this many times on live streams. I've said it many times in setups and whatnot. I don't understand why the F2 cars are so quick on lap 1. I understand why the F1 cars are so quick on lap 1 because they have a battery and they deploy it all. But F2 cars, I just don't understand why and how. But it is what it is. We'll deal with it. We'll keep rolling with the punches, like we always do, and then just get on with it. So Sergeant is done a 47.0. and I did a 47.6. Like I said, the AI are extremely poor through Sector 1. I was in the wrong gear for turn 1. Hopefully catch a bit of time back up. You can see just on how much time I've made up on Sergeant, just in Sector, just through the S section alone. Oh, I gotta be careful because I've already had 2. It doesn't matter even if I get track limits. I'm not too bothered about the position. Like I said, I only do this part of the video just to show you what the setup looks like. If there's anything I would change, obviously I would change it before I actually put the setup out, but hopefully soon it's going to be a thing of the past because I will have my new wheel ready to rock and roll and everything's going to be Gucci. Dirty Air is an absolute killer through this corner, so when you're following cars you need to remember, and there we go. And you need to remember to be extremely careful. 46.2, yeah, not bad, but you can go better. And I feel as if we wasn't stuck behind Sergeant going through Sector 3. I think it would have been a lot faster. Tagged it on the back. I'm going to see if I can send it. I can send it.
Nice move, good job.
Need to get it out in front. So done a purple first sector. See how far I can get. See where I can actually finish now with a penalty as well. right now, if I was to finish, I'd be P6. Let's see if I can build the gap a little bit. Obviously no battery assistance in these F2 cars. So I've gone red sector 2, that's okay. These F2 cars are really, the AI are really strong. I said in the second and third sector, it's just sector 1 where they really struggle. And if you're ever fighting against the AI, whether you're doing a my team or something like that, you can always learn their traits, their characteristic traits, where they're quick, where they're weak, and providing you can get the overtake done before you get to their weak spot, you can actually gain and get away from them. I compromise myself going in there then. Coulter is a tyre killer as well, so you have to be careful. At this turn here onto the back straight, if you're not careful, you can actually spin up the rears and lose traction. Obviously it doesn't apply to those people who are not running no traction. There are a lot of people out there that still run full traction and medium traction. I'm quite surprised, to be honest, just on how poor the AI are through sector 1 for the S's, yet how good they are through sectors 2 and 3. They've obviously got heaps of downforce.
Okay, this is your final lap, the final lap of the race.
And it looks like I might be finishing P5. I'm definitely not finishing P1. I might be finishing P3 actually. We'll see though. You need to be careful when you're off circuit as well. I can't imagine, I think P3, but then the rate that Nisani is catching Porsche, too much speed. Obviously, if this was a longer race against the AI, I wouldn't even need to worry about it. The amount of time I've gained in sector 1 in the S's, it's not a problem. Obviously, that's the setup. The setup is coming up next. Hope it helps. Let me know what you think.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Carlin today. And I have to wonder, Davide Valsecchi, just what set them apart from the competition here.
I think this race was won thanks to the tyre management. You have to remember, it's not just about going as fast as you can. It's about consistency. It's about maintaining your speed over an entire race distance. So being able to keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires, that's where they want to be.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Carlin team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their driver walks out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team. And so, driver of the day then, Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Theo Pourchaire. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of the tires, and he showed that today.
That's it for today's race. From Davide and I, it's goodbye, and we'll see you when Formula 2 returns.
COTA, let's go. So, this is what I've gone with for the Circuit of the Americas setup. I've gone with 1816. You can drop it down a little bit more, but just to be on the safe side, and especially the long right-hander in Sector 3, I've kept it like this. You can take it quite flat, but you have to line it up properly. And you would have seen, if you'd watched the race, you would have seen exactly why I've said this. Transmission, you know the drill by now. It's 80 on diff, as always, to get the maximum amount of power to the rear wheels. And that's why I've gone with 80 on diff. You know, there are some circuits, not very many, that you could reduce it, but I always prefer 80 on, and that's just me. But you know the drill by now, guys. Suspension, right, left. What an absolute goated go-to. However, you guys mess around with the setup as and how you see fit. The more you play with the setup, the more time you spend on perfecting the setup, it will be better for you. Suspension. So I've gone with 4, 3, 3, 1, 4, 5. I've gone with quite an aggressive front end because Sector 1 is all about the turning. You know, I've gone with 4 on the front for suspension, 3 on the roll bar. Ride height is not an issue around here, providing you stay off the curbs. There are 1 or 2 curbs that will cause you issues, but just go careful. You could maybe change this to 5.4, but for right now, for this, I'm doing it 4.5. But again, you know, don't be afraid to make changes to a setup. It's, you know, this generic. You know, if I was racing today, I would run this because you know, it's my setup. Maybe I would, you know, go a little bit lower on the wings, but I'm happy with it. You know, I created it for myself. But yeah, have fun, knock yourselves out, go crazy, go mad. Brakes, as always, on 50. We know the story behind that. Tyres, I've gone with 22.5 on the front, so it's the lowest tyre pressure, and I've gone 20.8 on the rear to give you as much traction in those tight corners. Sectors 2 and 3, it's just awful, and you need as much traction as you possibly can get. Guys, this has been COTA, Circuit of the Americas USA setup F2. Hope it helps. I really do. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Peace.